Hey everybody, the name's Rigged Up, and today we are hitting play on Team Clouddrake versus Team Ocean. Go ahead in their Game 1 Best of 3 series at, day 1 of Scouting Grounds. This is their first time these teams are matching up. Still don't know a lot about, the potential of either of these teams, for lack of a better word, or maybe the end cap, the top threshold of where they can really demonstrate their abilities here. I mean, admittedly, so far, it looks like... Let's get the... Come on. Move the mouse. There we go. It looks like so far that Infernal and Mountain are the strongest team so far. They seem to have had the best showing, and that series is already done after this day so far. So really not expecting much. It's been a couple of days since I've been able to look at either of these teams, so it's kind of starting fresh. But let's just start going down the line for these champions and where this game what direction either of these teams will want to take. But for starters, neither team's getting too crazy or anything. Oh, might have our first invade going on. Aethers and Jenkins finally hitting each other. Expect that Urgot should get out of here pretty easily. If he's Panda chasing him down, actually getting pretty low there. Gonna find safety to his turret, but don't go back in there. Alright, it's getting a little crazy. So, didn't see too many invades so far, so good on Cloud for actually forcing an invade. Maybe this becomes a reoccurring theme for later on in the tournament, but didn't see too many teams trying this. It goes back to this discussion of these teams newly forming together, and unless they maybe had some playing experience each other in Challenger, which is very likely, probably don't want to risk too many things here. But let's go ahead and talk about these team comps. Talk about the champion picks going across the board. Typical Aatrox Urgot matchup. Don't know what the bans are here. Don't want to bring up the match history. I don't want to see how the direction of this game unfolds. So I'm going to deny my access to that for now. But I would expect a couple of other champions. I'm trying to see here. I don't see a Kaisa in here, but I mean, could speculate that about all day. But Aatrox and Urgot. Aatrox will have that advantage against the Urgot for a while. It's a bit more of a skill matchup. Urgot has that advantage eventually in that fight with his ultimate, depending on how those skirmishes between those champions end up. Urgot can sometimes end up on top of that situation by dropping his ulti out. Seeing Graves and Evelyn. Evelyn we don't see too often. Graves a bit more of an outer pick at this current time. But Evelyn for sure definitely not seeing, and her getting invaded gonna hurt her pretty early on. I'm not sure. It looks like it might get triple buffed here. Graves just went from red buff right straight down to his red buff, or at least on that quadrant of the map. Evelyn just trying to play it safe. Pretty typical of an Evelyn to just want to play safe early on until you're 6. You don't really have a lot going on for you. Oh, but Aether's getting beat up considerably, and he might be getting forced to flash here. Evelyn, though, dropping the charm. Might be able to get it out. Ooh, but going the other way. Flash getting knocked out. Julian getting pretty low himself, forcing the heal out. Siren doing S5 fire. Or not Siren. Thought it was an S, and Sire was what I thought I saw on the top of his character rather than looking to my left and reading. But a couple of flashes down here. Evelyn dropping flash herself. Aatrox dropping it. Additionally, heal from Julian. So advantage going into Aatrox. I mean, Aatrox Azir, who is another champion we haven't been seeing that often. More of a, maybe a comfort pick for him. Very likely into the matchup against Cassiopeia. I would imagine Cass probably came out a little bit ahead. Maybe the mid lane picks were focused here. Maybe Syndra was taken away, something like that. Moving on down, we have a bully lane from the Braum and Lucian, a really nice classic lane to set up those stuns very easily between Lucian passive and Braum sort of Q auto attacking a target here. See here on the other side, we already kind of mentioned the interactions between Urgot to Aatrox. Evelyn really gonna have to wait till level 6 to get rolling here. And Jenkins now getting beat up in turn, so a lot of back and forth between this top lane. Anyways, the Cassiopeia Completely fine. Champion will have wave control. A lot of push power eventually. Nice setup. And pretty standard bot lane as well from that side. But as far as like either side of these teams want to play, it's looks like it's going for maybe a bit of lane dominance on the side of Cloud with the Lucian. Graves can out-farm, out-damage Evelynn for quite a while. Evelynn really going to have to snowball. I'm seeing a little bit of a snowball factor out from Ocean. Get that Urgot rolling here as well. Otherwise, he doesn't provide too much themselves. Has a little bit of a team fight presence from the Cassiopeia. Alistar, so decent engage with the Alistar knockup. Graves already taking advantage of that little bit of lead that he has here. Does have Skirmisher Saber, so wants to fight this Evelynn, force her down, prevent her from hitting that level 6 as quickly as they would like to. So right now, in favor of Graves, he's just trying to farm up. Maybe likely going to move up to the Krugs here. Evelynn's still sort of shifting around on the backside for jungle, trying to find a safe way to get to those Krugs. Want to make sure that Graves isn't going to be heading over there. We see that ping going on to Krugs. These top laners panning over to that upper part as well to make sure that they can assist their junglers. We see some pings on a Graves. Urgot is heading over. Flash still available to OP, so OP's Panda getting caught out and getting pretty low. Urgot going quite hard on him. Gonna just drop the ulti and secure that kill. So OP's Panda going a little too hard there. Try and make something happen. And now Aatrox might be moving up a little bit too far here. See if he can get away. Charm not going to connect. It's not going to activate the second cast or a second hit off of it to pull Jenkins towards him. But first blood over to the Urgot, and assist picked up by Evelynn, so that'll be a major help. Jurassic getting pretty low here. Lucian and Braum trying to do what they can in this matchup. Neither bottom lane members level 6 yet. Scene 6 slowly creep to the rest of the members. Evelynn will be level 6 here pretty soon. And then we'll have that invisible threat looming on the side of Ocean Drake. I have eyes on Evelynn for now. And level 6 off that. Ooh, 5 fire going really hard onto Julian. Dropping the flash as well. Not to secure the kill, just barely missing out on that. Forcing Cassiopeia away. Evelynn moving back to the mid lane. Maybe try and get something to happen on the Azir. Cassiopeia staying here. Aware of the... Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, that was abrupt. I thought a little bit of something was gonna... I mean, clearly the call out was that Braum was on their way up and maybe thought that there was a more of long-range threat. I suppose a Q from the Braum there was gonna kill the Cassiopeia and was just trying to get out, but then Azir just sort of dropped it. Ooh, but Winter now getting caught out here in this 2v1 situation, but the rest of Cloud Drake team is coming on over to help secure it. Diamond forced to flash, following up very hard though. Braum passive stun, gonna get dropped onto Diamond. Gonna get locked up and hand over a kill to Azir. A second kill over to Azir after picking up that awkward first one against Cassiopeia. So members of Ocean getting caught out, kind of misplacing themselves just a little too much here. And then over quite a bit to Cloud. Got doing what he can to deny the ward. Actually, Jenkins dropping ultimate just as a precautionary case. Let me see how that goes. It burns a nice chunk of that Aatrox ultimate. Really reduces that. Oh, and Julian is now going to try and wants to find something. Aatrox dropping that ward on the other side of the wall, keeping himself safe. Make sure OB's Panda going to come up to pick up the rest of this farm. And keep gold in favor on their side. They got a little bit of a 1k gold lead rolling on for them. Now Evelynn trying to force the power of her ultimate. Going for those turret dives. Get that execute burst to target. So really starting to float around. Oh, might make something happen. They do know that Urgot is there with that ward there. Flashing in awkwardly, that seemed really unnecessary. I guess they thought they were going to pop him, or thought that Urgot was going to be able to go, and maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there. I felt a little too desperate. May have been used better in a different lane here. Oh, and Aatrox going to be going really hard. Julian, that was way too telegraphed, man. You stepped up a bit too far there. And that just felt like that was just so plain and simple by 5Fire. Like, he didn't have to put much effort into that. Julian maybe not thinking about too much. Maybe not that confident with the Cassiopeia pick or something here. I don't know. That felt really rough. And that's a 3-0 Azir. And that is someone you do not want getting kills early on. Because it takes Azir typically so long to get really rolling here. But 3-0 at 10 minutes, that is not nice. He's going to have that Nashor's Tooth in for himself pretty early on. This also slows down Cassiopeia's tier significantly by constantly getting pushed out of lane here. Almost down about a little over 15 CS now. Cassiopeia, game kind of spiraling out of control on her front, and while every other lane's pretty even right now. I mean, you have that Grave sitting on a kill and Urgot sitting on a kill likewise. We keep seeing Cloud going really hard and forcing Ocean away. Featherstorm gets forced out, but no follow-up there. We see Obese Panda sitting on the side. Evelyn is well aware that Graves trying to make something happen. And Aatrox outdamaged Julian significantly. We see Cassiopeia ulti. I still think 5Fire is going to get way on his own. And Julian going really hard, trying to get the poison out onto the Aatrox. Not able. Aatrox actually falling in the mid lane. And we see an engage down onto Cloud. Urgot joining the fray on the bottom side, picking up a kill on to Zaya there. Ooh, and Lucian actually able to get the kill onto Zaya. So a little too overcommitted dive there. Almost flawless there. Not quite. Trying to go hard once more. Fancy feet by Lucian. And actually might get away here. Ooh, Aether's flashing in. A heal used onto him. Heal? How did he heal up? What was it? Oh, it was the Alistair heal there. Really nice fancy feet, though, denying the kill there from a moment from Evelyn, at least. So a little bit of nice action here. Julian, what are you doing, man? You're doing it again. You're not focused here. Going too hard on the paint. Okay, just barely making it out of there, but you got to think about your pathing. Now you're getting forced out of lane here. Aatrox just going to gain some health back off the ultimate. Julian going to pick up some farm, but Julian making some misplays here. Gold lead stabilizing here. Now Ocean able to pull it back, but Evelyn getting caught out again. He invades onto this Evelyn who's oh so squishy, and yeesh, Graves popping Evelyn quite hard. So at this current moment, not only, I mean, while the gold lead was coming pretty close and Ocean did make that nice play bottom lane, it still feels like the control of the game is in favor of Cloud. They have no one really bleeding on their side. There have been some mishaps. I mean, 5 deaths so far. But it does feel like the Evelyn and the Cassiopeia are significantly far behind. And again, okay, this is becoming like clockwork. Julian overstepping his bound. Does not look very confident on the Cassiopeia. Start to question why was that picked. Was it just the coaching staff saying, yeah, sure, give it a try maybe. Interested to see if he has much experience with the Cassiopeia, because it just feels like this matchup. I mean, sure, I don't think a lot of people play Aatrox. Ooh, but now got a 3v2 situation in the bottom side. Where I'm going to be able to jump away. Obi's Panda coming in on the back side, so now it's a 3v3 situation. And Ocean Drake getting very low. Jurassic going pretty low. Ignite dropped onto him. Not going to be able to get the kill, but here's 5Fire on the backside. And that's going to be another member going down on Ocean. Metaphor getting very low. There's only Alistair up alive. And now they're going to be focused down that turret. So Disaster striking again for Ocean when it looks like they're about to make a play, make something massive happen in their favor. Everything falls apart here. And that wasn't even the first turret, that was the second turret here. So now over a 3k gold lead here in favor of Cloud. Azir just tearing it up. 5Fire doing massive work for his side. Well, I mean, I say massive work, but Julian's sort of doing that for him. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a little unfortunate. He's kind of want them to thumb over the Cassiopeia here, see how close she is to that Seraph's Embrace. We see, I mean, Azir clearly has more gold than the Cassiopeia right now. Button in his pocket with that 5 kills. really doing a number on this Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia can't really farm too safely moving forward. And this Evelyn pick not doing much so far. Has 4 assists, but has not hit that snowball that Evelyn is so dependent on. The biggest discrepancy right now, I mean, of course, the 3k gold lead, but we see this Graves constantly invading on the Evelyn. This jungle is no longer hers. She's trying to find any kind of scraps. We see Evelyn, yes, adding some protection to the bottom lane, but they're just trading turrets, and I think Evelyn's bigger priority right now might just be trying to find gold, set up some vision, be sort of any help to the team here instead of just bleeding. The same can't really be said for Cassiopeia, and she also sort of is just wandering around here, and while Cloud ends up getting Rift Herald for themselves. That'll be another amount of gold going towards them. Trying to make a play onto Jenkins now. They're going to knock through the ultimate here and just going to walk away. Braum providing support there. Ocean committing hard, trying to get something happen again. Falling flat. Aatrox going hard. Hasn't dropped the ultimate just yet. Just trying to force Julian to maybe flash first. Gets the heal out. And Graves is just going to clean that kill up at the end with his own ultimate. Ooh, ultimate from Urgot, though, out. Going to be trying to get pretty low here. Does Urgot have the ability to get on top of him? I think the chains are going to come out here in a second. No, it timed out, actually. But Ignite coming in from Alistair. Urgot's on the backside by himself. Diamond going for a really hard dive. I'm going to get knocked out by the Graves here in the end. So that is a 5-kill Graves, 5-kill Azir. Able to get the shutdown, though, which is really nice for them. It's some gold in their pockets here. Slow down this absurd Azir. I thought it was going to get locked up there entirely. I thought the Urgot ultimate hit there for a moment. Might need to look back at that a little bit later, see what exactly happened in that. But as both of these teams moving forward, we see continued aggression by Obese Panda, forcing Evelyn off of camps, invading, just killing her in the jungle. Getting a lot of work done. Azir can pretty much handle himself in the lane situation right now. I mean, in a team fight scenario, I still think Cloud has a better team setup here. Of course, there's a little bit of engage on the side of Ocean, but they're just falling so far behind, and Evelyn not going to really contribute much. I mean, he's going to have to play these fights in such an awkward way. It's going to be a little unhelpful in larger situations. And we see a large commitment by Ocean towards topside. We see Fire here doing a pretty good job of defending himself. Gonna pick up the kill onto Jurassic, and Diamond's actually just on the other side, not able to do anything. Azir finally taken down by Evelyn here. This Alistair just sits under turret and is like, can you just please finish it? But with that, it's a constant overcommitment by Ocean, and then Cloud just saying, all right, sure, you can have a turret, but we'll have 2 turrets in an inhibitor. That's fine. We're cool with that. Drop Rift Herald. Pick that up. You guys aren't, too keen on that. Oh, they didn't even get a turret. They had just gotten a 0 on Ocean's side. Oof. So this is definitely one of those looking for the next game situations here. I can't imagine this game going on much longer. We have another dragon spawning here pretty soon, followed by a Baron. Mountain Drake already picked up for Cloud. Their ability to take a Baron is going to be pretty good with the attack speed from... I mean, they've got a lot of damage on their side. The Azir with the Nashor's Tooth, Grave pretty strong. Lucian with the Blade of the Rune King. Gonna be able to knock that out. And being aware of that, Ocean's gonna set up more vision around that Baron pit, make sure that they have control of that. Maybe get some gold in their pocket from that turret, but while everyone's topside, everybody else is gonna go mid and force something else to happen. And also pick up a dragon for themselves. Oh, and it is an Infernal Drake. The timer did not lie to me this time, that it was in fact a Infernal Drake. So Infernal Mountain. That's nice. Just more insult to injury sort of a deal. Or against Ocean here. Let's see here. We got super minions slowly making their way towards the bottom side of Ocean's base, and have somebody take care of that. Do see teleport available now for Urgot. He knows that he's going to be on wave clear duty bottom side, that they're going to have to really be aware of any mischief around the Baron pit. Cloud's probably not going to be very interested in going for the Baron until they have a little bit better wave control and complete vision control, that they have that Rift Herald or the Scuttle Crab vision available to them. And they sort of want Ocean to stumble into them little by little. Ocean trying to stay a little bit more tight-knit right now and avoid another catastrophe. And the way that they want to approach these fights, it's going to be really tough. They're going to have to just chain CC. Well, once the Scuttle Crab came down, they all just turned on Baron. So Ocean, they don't have a good way of getting over here. There's no confident way. Aatrox's doing a good job of just zoning him out. That's a simple, clean Baron going over to Cloud, and this is pretty terrible for Ocean. They do not really have much going on. The best way they can approach a fight, I think, is maybe a flank from Evelyn and engage from Alistair. I don't know which target they can go to, because if they engage, Azir's just going to knock them all back very easily. So it sort of negates the usefulness of the Alistair in a major way. I mean, if any target does get on top of a primary carry, like Graves or Azir, after the Azir wall has already been used, then they have Braum to drop his ultimate and sort of shuffle the fight around a little bit to give people enough protection and ability to get out of a bad situation. And we see a 6k gold lead, so I'm going to give this game maybe another 2 minutes. I think someone's going to get picked off here. Ooh, do not want to get hit by that Azir. Oh, man, he has Banshee's Veil. That's just terrible. give Cassiopeia or any of them a chance here. Banshee's Veil's popped here, so they might have a chance. But Cassiopeia moving way too far forward. Forced to use the heal to stay just barely alive. I don't know if the burn would have killed her there. The red buff from Graves would have been very close. Stun going over to Obese Panda, but they're going to continue to work on chipping down this turret to let Azir just have his soldiers stab away. We see minions on the mid lane turret. They all still have Baron buff. Aatrox might want to just force that. Nope, he's going to just lean on towards the side. Wait it out. Make someone on Ocean deal with the super minions on the bottom side of the wave. They may Cloud may want to trickle down, but we see an engage from Alistair. Winter getting pretty low. We see the Azir wall out already, offering mass protection. Feathercall not doing much at all. Evelyn able to get a kill onto Braum. Azir trying to do what he can. Ocean making his fight very difficult, scuffling. Whoa, Lucian actually falling from the Cassiopeia. And that is a major win on the side of Ocean. Cloud a little... just did not expect the sort of chaos of that fight, and a lot of mishaps, I'd say, with executing it. One member getting engaged on. It was a very lackadaisical sort of back and forth. I should have, I think, just lean towards the mid lane turret maybe, and that's another inhibitor, so we add maybe a few more minutes on the side of Ocean, give them some time to collect themselves here a little bit. So Evelyn still got a little bit of damage, can still execute people here. We had just seen maybe Cloud engage first, make better use of their Baron. I don't know how much time left they had on the Baron buff at that time, so maybe they're just thinking that they were so strong they could just counter engage and still come out on top, but I don't think Azir could get a lot of damage out. Ocean doing a good job of identifying where the Azir damage was going to be and sort of scooting back in and out of the soldiers. But Cloud back at it again, getting vision control, trying to choke out Ocean from gaining resources from their jungle here. See that turret set up for themselves. Cloud really want to break down this last turret, put a lot of pressure, force Ocean into a bad decision. Mid lane turret's already a third down. Just trying to slowly chip this away. Few hits here and there. Nothing too crazy. Waiting for someone to misstep, somebody that they can chunk out just a little bit. Aatrox trying to do what he can. Okay, so they got the inhibitor down. Will Ocean try and engage here? Alistair on the backside. He's really trying to get his way in. He does go for the engage. Urgot trying to work his way in. A pile on his ear wall going out to force back the members of Ocean. And now Ocean's getting obliterated. Lucian ulti cutting through them all. Featherstorm going out from Jurassic. Aatrox, though, on the backside, cutting off the rest of the members of Ocean. And it is only Cassiopeia remaining. And that is going to be a clean ace coming from the side of Cloud. There was almost falling there, but nice spread out fight. The Chaos shifting on its head. Now Ocean not sure how to handle that fight at all. So this fight... Oh, I gotta wait for a few more minions here. Timer's still pretty low. I mean, Alistair is going to be up. I think they are just going to force the end of this. Lucian's still quite healthy. Should be able to take this out. Alistair not going to knock it up everybody. No, they're just going to focus on the Nexus here and close this game out. So a lot of good stuff from Cloud. A lot of... I mean, again, I don't remember how they had played in their previous games, but they seem to have been the most proactive in the early game successfully. They saw the advantage between the Graves and Evelynn, took massive advantage of the Evelynn. It could have just been the Evelynn pick, honestly, and just saying we can abuse this very easily. Her early level is pretty weak compared to champions that we have on our side. Can't do much. I mean, Obese Panda did have one misstep earlier on in the game, not to a massive detriment on their side. Evelynn just not really able to get rolling there. And Julian needs to get more of a comfort pick there. I imagine he may have just been banned out. That could be why we saw the Azir too, but it did not look like Julian was comfortable on that champion. At least, I mean, sort of something Ocean can pull out of this is that one nice team fight that they had to sort of stall the game out. It was more just chaos. There wasn't like was not a clean sort of like direct decisive fight. It felt like it was wishy-washy, if anything. But Cloud, I mean, I'd say not out of this yet. Maybe it's just sort of a disparity between Ocean and the rest of the teams. I don't again remember how well Cloud did against these other teams so far. I'm interested to see how they shape out through the rest of the tournament though. But anyways, thanks for listening, guys. I'll catch you later.